Study Abroad 101 is an information session designed to introduce you to your study abroad options. So I'll be talking a little bit about how to choose a study abroad program and about financing study abroad. The Study Abroad office within Global Initiatives is located on the second floor of Macmillan Hall on Spring Street, 2 doors down from the Shriver Center and across the street from the Armstrong Student Center. You can visit our office to meet with a study abroad advisor, to set up an appointment, to learn more about programs, but we're also available online. You can visit our website at www.studyabroad.miamioh.edu. And on that website, you'll find our search and application system where you can look for a program based on the criteria that you're looking for, or you can start your application to a study abroad program. The first section is choosing a study abroad program. And the most important thing to take into consideration when you're choosing a study abroad program are the courses that you want to take. We want you to move towards graduation at the same rate or faster than if you'd stayed on Miami's campus for that term. So we want you to choose a study abroad program where you're going to be able to fulfill Miami requirements, whether that be major classes, minor classes, Miami plan, thematic sequence, fulfilling a foreign language requirement, whatever that might be. We want you to take classes that are going to help contribute to your progress towards your Miami degree. So you'll want to meet with an academic advisor to talk over the requirements that you have to complete, the best time for you to study abroad, and the best classes for you to take while you're abroad, before you go abroad, and after you come back. An academic advisor can help you figure all of this out. For first-year students, remember to meet with an academic advisor within your major department. Your first-year advisor may be able to help you with this planning as well, but you want to make sure that somebody is planning out your 4-year degree. Location is the next thing that you'll want to think about. And some people come into the office with a very specific idea of where they want to study abroad. Other people have the idea that they want to study abroad, but they don't know where yet. And people fit anywhere in the middle. So you may come in with a specific idea, and that's fine. But be aware that you may not be able to get all the classes that you need in that specific location. So you may need to be flexible as to either courses or location.
Okay.
There may be a study abroad location that would be a great fit for you that you haven't even considered yet. So a study abroad advisor can help introduce you to new locations that may be a great fit for you academically, but that you haven't considered yet. Another thing to think about is the type of environment that you want to be in. We have study abroad programs in small research centers, we have study abroad programs in huge metropolitan areas, and we have study abroad programs in secondary cities. That type of environment can have an effect on the type of study abroad experience that you have. As a general rule, in larger cities, you're going to have maybe more access to internships, you might have more travel opportunities because there's more train stations, airports, other transportation opportunities. In a secondary city, though, you might have a lower cost of living, more cultural immersion, so those are worth considering as well. One of the issues is that people are a lot more familiar with Paris than they are with Grenoble, and they're more familiar with Tokyo than they are with Osaka. So that's another thing you may want to talk to a study abroad advisor about. If you're thinking you want more of that secondary city experience, but you're not familiar with any of those cities, talk to a study abroad advisor and we can help you find a program and tell you more about those locations. Immersion is the third thing that you'll want to take into consideration when choosing a study abroad program. And that's something that you can get in a lot of different ways. A lot of people don't think about immersion before they're on site on the program. You're there, you're in country, you want to meet the locals. But you can start planning that at the point where you're choosing a study abroad program. When you're researching programs, look into what types of opportunities they offer for structured immersion and exposure to local people. That could be through your housing arrangement by living with a host family or a host country roommate. And that way you get exposure to the culture when you're out in the world, but you also come home and you have more exposure to the culture. You see a side of the culture that you don't get to see as a tourist. It could also be in the classroom if you have the opportunity to take classes with local students. Then that's a great way to make friends who are from that country. We also have programs where you could do an internship or work on a volunteering project while you're there. And all of these are ways to see another culture from another angle and to get something that goes beyond the tourist experience. We want you to be interacting with people in a meaningful way, not just in a service capacity as hotel desk clerks or servers in a restaurant, but getting to know people who are your peers or your professors and learning from people about America and learning about the country that you're visiting. Language is another thing that you'll want to take into consideration. Some students are looking for a program where they can focus on language acquisition, and we have plenty of programs where you can do that. Other students are looking for a program where they don't have to study a foreign language, and we have plenty of programs where you can do that too. So you just want to think about where you are on the spectrum. Do you want a program that's entirely conducted in English, in an English-speaking environment? Or do you want something that's going to be conducted in a foreign language environment? We also have a lot of programs that fit somewhere in the middle of that spectrum. If you're looking for an English language environment, most students lean towards England, and most students who look at England look at London. But remember that we do have a lot of opportunities to go to other parts of England or to go to Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Botswana, Ghana, Tanzania. There are a lot of places you can go where you can be in an English language environment, taking your classes in English, and you wouldn't have to study a foreign language. On the other end of the spectrum, we have programs where you could, for example, go to Chile and take all of your classes in Spanish, live with a Spanish-speaking host family, and make friends where your common language is Spanish. And it might get to the point where your mom calls and you forget how to speak English. In the middle, we have a lot of programs, like for example our Luxembourg program, where you don't have to have studied a foreign language before you go, but you are required to study it on site. And that's a good opportunity, especially if you're going for a semester, to get a little independence. That way you don't have to carry around a guidebook, you don't have to have a friend who speaks the language. If you're taking an intensive language class at the beginning of the semester, then you'll be prepared for the rest of the semester to travel on your own, to have those little interactions that you need to have, buying things in a store, arranging travel, those kinds of things. On most short-term programs, you won't have to study the language of the place that you're going to. You could go, for example, to China and take classes in English and explore China with faculty members who speak Chinese. Program length is another thing that you'll want to consider. We have study abroad programs that are anywhere from a few weeks to a full academic year. We have study abroad programs available during the winter term, the summer term, the semester, and for a full academic year, and students make all kinds of different choices. This is another thing that you'll want to talk to your academic advisor about, because they can give you advice on when the best time for you to study abroad would be, and whether you have time in your schedule to go during the semester, or whether you should plan to go during the winter term or the summer term. You'll also want to think about what type of structure you want to your study abroad program. We have some study abroad programs where your activities and travel are planned out in advance and you're traveling with a group from place to place. We have other study abroad programs where you have a home base and you can travel on the weekends as you want. And we have programs that are somewhere in the middle where some trips and activities are planned out for you, but other ones you would plan on your own. So you want to think about how prepared you are for going to a foreign country and planning your own travel, planning your own activities, getting involved in the community, in the place that you're going to, and just how prepared you are for that. Language may be a factor in how prepared you are to be independent in a particular location, or your experience traveling abroad in the past may also play a role. You'll want to think about what type of study abroad program you want to choose. The Miami University Daleboy European Center is Miami's campus in Luxembourg. The program is also known as the MUDEC program, or LUX. This program has been around for over 40 years, and many of our students have parents or even grandparents who participated in the program. The MUDEC program offers European studies courses, business, history, art history, music, a wide range of different courses in English in our study center in Luxembourg. The MUDEC program is also ideal for students looking to fulfill Miami Plan and thematic sequence requirements, which are easy to complete in that location. A faculty-led program is where a Miami professor teaches a course or a few courses in a location that's not on the Miami campus. Many of these are international, but we also have some domestic faculty-led programs. On these programs, you have the opportunity to take a course that will fulfill Miami requirements, but do it in another location. And you're there with a group of mostly Miami students and a Miami professor, so you have the comfort of having Miami folks there on your study abroad experience. An exchange program is where a Miami student pays their homeschool tuition, a student at a foreign university pays their homeschool tuition, and the students switch places. So for the price of a semester here at Miami, you could be going to study in one of our exchange partner universities in Japan or France or any one of a number of different locations. You would be going directly into that foreign university, taking classes from their faculty in the classroom alongside their students. So it's definitely the most immersive opportunity and one of the more independent types of study abroad opportunities. And then for students who are looking for something beyond what Miami operates itself, we also have third-party provider programs where students can enroll in a study abroad program that's offered by another American university, by a study abroad institution, or by a foreign university. And students can transfer credit into Miami and apply that towards their Miami requirements. Within the third-party provider programs, there are co-sponsored programs where students can apply their Miami scholarships and approved programs where students can apply only federal financial aid. If you're interested in going to a place that's not already listed on our website, please talk to a study abroad advisor and they can help you find something in that particular location or university. We want you to choose a program that's going to fit your personal needs, your academic goals, and your career aspirations, but also your budget. So we want you to start thinking about financing study abroad from the point where you're choosing a study abroad program. We have several different types of study abroad programs, some where you can use your federal financial aid, others where you can use Miami scholarships. And so you'll want to check out our program type descriptions to see which type would be the best fit for you financially. You may want to choose a program where you can apply your Miami scholarships towards the cost. Location is something that you'll want to think about in terms of the cost of a program. If you're looking at a couple of different locations, you may want to talk to some of the students who have been to those places before to see how much they spent on their study abroad program and how much they spent out of pocket while on site. For example, some programs in Spain are very close to the cost of study abroad programs in Latin America, but the out-of-pocket expenses tend to be higher when you're in Western Europe than when you're in Latin America. So this is something that you'll want to take into consideration. Timing can be a factor that'll be different for each student. Some students have commitments within their major classes, within athletics, or within student organizations that require them to be on campus for all semesters. So for those students, it may be better to study abroad on a short-term program during the summer or the winter terms. For other students, they may find that in order to complete all their requirements to get the courses that they need, the semester may be a better fit and might be more financially viable. So you'll want to talk to a study abroad advisor about your study abroad options, but also talk to an academic advisor, a coach, or anyone else who might have a say in the decision about when the best time for you to study abroad would be and how that might affect your financial arrangements. And then you'll want to take into account all the personal expenses that you have out of pocket. We have a list of students who have studied abroad in the past, and that's a great resource if you're looking to talk to somebody who's been abroad before to get advice on how much to budget for your study abroad experience. I strongly recommend creating an actual budget that lays out exactly what you would spend for your housing, for meals, for travel, all the shopping and things that you'll spend out of pocket when you're on site, and to get information from that from your study abroad program director or from students who have been on the program before. This will really help you make sure that your finances will last through the semester. Every once in a while we have students who tell stories about spending all their money at the beginning of the semester and missing out on some great opportunity later on. So we don't want you to be in that situation. Talk to return students about what are the best things to do in the place that you're going to, what's worth spending your money on, what isn't, and whether there are any discounts available to students in the locations that you're going to. We're often asked about scholarship opportunities. First of all, on certain program types, you may be able to apply the scholarships you already received from Miami. On most program types, you can apply federal financial aid to the cost of your study abroad program. And then on top of this funding you already receive, there are also opportunities for additional scholarships. More information about specific scholarships you can apply for is available through Miami's website at www.studyabroad.miamioh.edu. Now that you've watched Study Abroad 101, you want to start reflecting on what it is you want to get out of the study abroad experience and what your goals are. Why do you want to study abroad? What types of courses do you want to take? What locations are you interested in? How are you going to get that cultural immersion? And think about all these factors. Then you can start to browse our website at www.studyabroad.miamioh.edu. If you'd like to make an appointment to meet one-on-one with a study abroad advisor, please contact our office. The information is available on our website.